स्वं बोधमात्रं परिशुद्धतत्त्वं विज्ञाय सङ्घे नृपवच्च सैन्ये तदात्मनैवात्मनि सर्वदा स्थितो विलापय ब्रह्मणि विश्वजातम्।
प्रसादे सर्वदुःखानां हानिरस्योपजायते प्रसन्नचेतसो ह्याशु बुद्धिः पर्यवतिष्ठते। नास्ति बुद्धिरयुक्तस्य न चायुक्तस्य भावना न चाभावयतः शान्तिः अशान्तस्य कुतः सुखम्। इन्द्रियाणां हि चरतां यन्मनोनुविधीयते ततस्य हरति प्रज्ञां वायुर्नावमिवाम्भसि।
अरुणाचल शिव
अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल शिव
अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल शिव
अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल शिव
अरुणाचल।
ओम नमः परमऋषिभ्यो नमः परमऋषिभ्यः। हरि ओम। उपासकानां यदुपासनीयम् उपात्तवासं वटशाखिमूले तद्धाम दाक्षिण्यजुषा स्वमूर्त्यां जागर्तु चित्ते मम बोधरूपम्। अद्राक्षम् अक्षीणदयानिधानम् आचार्यमाद्यं वटमूलभागे मौनेन मन्दस्मितभूषितेन महर्षिलोकस्य तमोनुदन्तम् विद्राविताशेषतमोगणेन मुद्राविशेषेण मुहुर्मुनीनां निरस्य मायां दयया विधत्ते देवो महान् तत्त्वमसीति बोधम्। ममाद्य देवो वटमूलवासी कृपाविशेषात्कृतसन्निधानः ओङ्काररूपाम् उपदिश्य विद्याम् आविद्यगध्वान्तमपाकरोतु। श्रुत्यर्थगोचरं वन्दे वाच्यार्थानामगोचरं लक्ष्यार्थवपुषं वन्दे शङ्करं देशिकं गुरुम्। अपारसच्चित्सुखवारिराशेः यस्योर्मिमात्रं भुवनं समस्तं गुहाहितं तं रमणं गभीरं चिन्ताविहीनं हृदि चिन्तयामि। देहं मृण्मयवज्जडात्मकमहं बुद्धिर्न तस्यास्त्यतो नाहं तत्तदभावसुप्तिसमये सिद्धात्मसद्भावतः कोऽहं भावयुतः कुतो वरधिया दृष्ट्वात्मनिष्ठात्मनाम्। सोऽहं स्फूर्तितया अरुणाचलशिवः पूर्णो विभाति स्वयं योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्नाम् अन्यांश हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान्नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम् सर्ववेदान्तसिद्धान्तगोचरं तमगोचरं गोविन्दं परमानन्दं सद्गुरुं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। Today we are blessed that Ganeshana has come with so much love, even though this is not the time in which he can get ready. With so much compassion he has come. And Vivekachudamani, we have last 3 days we have seen 8 shlokas. Yesterday we saw the verse 8. Ato vimuktyai prayateta vidwan sanyasta bahyartha sukhasprahassan santam mahantam samupetya deshikam tenopadishtartha samahitatma. This is Brahma Vidya or Atma Vidya. The fruit of this Vidya is what we call Nirvana. Today in the Gita Parayana we saw Esha Brahmi Sthiti Partha. This is the Brahma Sthiti. Nainam Prapya Vimuhyati. After attaining this one, no more gets deluded. Sthitvasyam antakalepi. At least in your last moment, if you are able to abide there. Brahma Nirvana Marchati. You attain Brahma Nirvana. There is one verse of Bhagavan in Tiruvannamalai where Bhagavan says, Vittidir Kashtamam. If I leave you, that means what? If I forget you, Kashtama. Simple word. It's Kashtam. Kashtam means Tamil. More powerful word is used. That is Tuyaram. Satyamangala Venkataramanaya used that word. Yen perum tuyaram nikai egane yoga valve. Give me that yoga valve, that state of yoga, and remove my great suffering, great misery. And what is that misery? The misery is that the mind is another name for misery. Attachment, aversion, greed, desire, all these things are collectively, they are all called mind. And mind is also searching for a stable seat to sit. The physical body, it cannot sit. It is becoming old, it decays, it dies. It cannot sit in the psychic plane also. You get some meditative feeling today, tomorrow it is not there. Like that it goes on searching, still it finds Atma, Swaswarupa. And once that shines forth within, The only thing to do is to catch hold of it. Don't leave it. That is what Bhagavan says, Vittidir Kashtamam. Don't again come back to the plane of body or mind. The moment you identify with the body, limitation comes. The limitation of waking state comes. The moment you identify with the mind, the limitation of dream state comes. Vast, very, very vast. It extends to so many births in the past and future also. So, this vritti sarupyam has to end. And one has to recognize that stable substratum, adhishtanam, swaswarupam, where there is no change, where there is no movement. Without leaving hold of that, leave the body. Vittidadu unai Uyir vittida arulpuri arunachala. When you are leaving the body, then also let that awareness be awake within you. Without leaving hold of that awareness, let the body be left. Actually, the moment when you have true jnanam, body is left, not death. For a jnani, this death is not the moment when he is going to leave the body. The moment he attains realization, the body is left. Ashariram sharireshu anavastheshu avasthitam mahantam vibhum atmanam matva dhiro na shochati. As Kathopanishad says, the dhira, the brave one, never comes to grief. He, knowing the Atma, the self, which is ashariram, bodiless. In every day in deep sleep, we see that the self is devoid of body and mind. It is the greatest demonstration that is given to us every day, that in our real nature there is neither body nor mind, experientially. The same thing you know through Shravana, Manana and Nididhyasana. Listening, contemplation and profound absorption into that, you recognize it. You get abidance there, stability there. How to get that? That is freedom. That is absolute freedom. How to attain that freedom? For that, Shankaracharya said, you have got this human birth. You cannot attain this amrtatva by wealth or by any action. The Upanishad says that, and he quoted that. Amrtatvasya nashasti vittenetyeva hi shrutihi braviti karmano muktehe ahetutvam sputanyataha. Karma cannot give you liberation. Karma can make you more and more jump into the ocean of misery. Kriti mahodadhau patana karanam phalam ashashvatam gati nirodhakam. Upadesha Sara. Kriti mahodadhau, the great ocean where there is action, doership, action. First comes ignorance, then doership, then action, then result. From that result, vasana. From that vasana, again the ignorance becomes stronger. And from that, again the doership, again action. This is like a vinayin vilaivu vilibutru vittai vinaikadal vittidumunti para. Veed taral illai. Bhagavan says, you cannot become free by acting, doing. When you become fed up by this business of doing, Ashtavakra Samhita, Ashtavakra says, this doership, it is for a mumukshu like a burning the month of May sunlight in Tiruvannamalai. You stand in the road, how it burns your body, like that is doership for a mumukshu. Kartrutva dukkha. It says Kartrutva dukkha, the misery of doership. Martanda jwala. Martanda jwala means blazing sunlight. Dagdha antaratmanaha. It is not burning the body, it is burning your mind, burning within you. The doership. I am the doer, I am enjoyer. For that, what is the cooling system? What can cool you? Chittam kulire, as Bhagavan says, Chittam kulire. What can cool you? Prashama piyusha saradharam. Kutah prashama piyusha saradharam rite sukam. Prashama piyusham means nectar. Prashama means quietening, giving you that quietude, that peace. It comes when the teacher tells you are not the doer. You are neither the doer nor the enjoyer. If you can accept that, business is over. No, who am I? Nothing. Nothing. There was one Mahatma in Hosur, a scientist, Swami Virajeshwara Saraswati. He has written a book, A Scientist's Search for Truth. Somewhat well-known book. He was a scientist in America, then he left everything, came and did lot of yoga sadhana, went to Shivananda ashrama and he met his guru there and did lot of Atma Vichara. I also was familiar with him. So, lot of Atma Vichara, and after so much tapas, he came to this knowledge that I am not the doer, I am not the enjoyer. The Jiva Bhava is not real. And he took this jnana to his guru, and his guru said, you have arrived. This is it. Now make it your deep experience. And he lived like that. And the whole book is his search for this truth and his struggle. And at last there comes a chapter in which a elderly businessman, a devotee, a bhakta, comes to him, who was a friend of him. He always used to remark, see, Swami, I always tell people that God realization is very easy. Nobody believes me. He writes, I have struggled so much to attain it. And here is a person coming and telling me God realization is very easy. And he always, many times he ignored. At last one day he decided, I should ask what he means by that. So he asked him, what do you mean by saying that God realization is very easy? He said, no, God appeared to me and told that. He was a very sweet person. So he asked, what did God tell you? He said, he appeared before me and told me one day that, see, remember, you do not exist. Only I exist. That is all. And this Swami writes, to get this jnanam, I did so much struggle. And here he comes and tells, sometimes, this is the path of grace and self-effort. One side, the self-effort also takes you to grace. And somebody is already there. And how did he arrive? He will say, Bhagavat Kripa. I just believed my Guru. Even Nisargadatta Maharaj says like that. My Guru told me that you are that. I just believed him. Shraddha. Vivekachudamani will later on reveal that the power of Shraddha. So, you need a teacher an acharya who has come in the tradition, santam, he should be a real saint, mahantam, who is established in that Brahmavastu. You go to him, sanyasta bahyartha sukasprihaha. This is the prerequisite. Renouncing all interest in outer pleasures. These two will not go together. You want to go towards east and want to move towards west. Both will not happen. Shankaracharya says, sthiti gati vate virodhaha. The person wants to stand still and he also wants to walk. It is not possible. So, sanyasta bahyartha sukhaspruha san. Sannyasa means renouncing this outgoing tendency of the mind. As long as the mind is extrovert, it is going out. It cannot behold this. So, the mind should be made free from all its engagement in the world. Slowly, slowly, slowly. This, I think, I don't know whether I told it in this talk or in casual conversation about the woodpecker. Is it in the casual conversation or talk? It's okay. Like that woodpecker. Sometimes it gets caught in the jackfruit milk. That gum. And slowly it removes that with its beak. Like that, the Viveki also, by the power of discrimination, one by one, he just removes. This is what the Upanishad calls as mukti, ati mukti. As the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad says, slowly giving up, renouncing. Sanyasta bahyartha sukasprihasan. And with that freedom, the brain, the intellect is free. The intellect is caught in many things. Sometimes, you come to satsanga, your intellect is sitting in your chappal. We have seen that already. And you will not listen whether my chappal is there or not. Somebody has taken it. It will go there. So even small things can distract us. So after at least inwardly renouncing everything, the person is ready to listen to the Guru. Samupetya deshikam. The teacher is a deshika. He is ready to point out Atma to you. He is ready to tell you Tattvamasi. Bhagavan in Ulladinarpada says only that much is needed. Even who am I is not needed. Bhagavan says after listening from the Guru, Tattvamasi, even doing who am I is because you do not have faith, Shraddha. Uran in mainal. Ahaspudam Tattvamasi iti vedaha. Tathapi asamprapya paratmanishtham bhuyo vicharaha mati durbalatvam. Mati durbalatvam. The intellect is not powerful. That means it does not have bhakti, it does not have shraddha. The essence is same. The power of intellect in spiritual life is shraddha. The moment master tells you Tattvamasi, over. Instead of believing the master, the person is believing astrologer, doctor, newspaper, mobile, media, everything is ready to believe. There is one Kriti, Mahavakya Darpana. It is supposed to be written by Vidyaranya Swami, where he says, Adya Ashtamiti, Navamiti, Chaturdashiti, Jyotishkavache Upavasanti Bhaktya. People are ready to believe a Jyotisha when he says, today is Ashtami, you do this Upavasa, today is Navami, you do this Puja, today is Ekadashi, you do this. They are believing that. Shrutestvaho tattvamasi vakyam na vishwasanti adbhutameta. That Shruti Mata, as Shankaracharya says, she is equal to 1,000 mothers put together. Karunaya gariyasi Shruti Janani. When you compare her with your mother who gave birth to you, she is immensely greater in her compassion. And she is telling you, you are already perfect, you are Purna, you are not this body, you are not this mind. The person is not ready to take it. Kashta. Shankaracharya says, alas, this is very sad. So, here Bhagavad-pada says, Ato vimuktei prayateta vidvan. The wise one, let him conserve all his energy for this liberation, freedom. We can say spiritual life. To lead the spiritual life, conserve every bit of energy. The prana in us is scattered out like sesame seed. Now you have to porcify. Take one. One by one you have to take every seed. Collect, conserve it in the heart so that the Medha Shakti, the Ojas is there to Samahitatma. It is not simply about understanding, it is about Samahitamatihi. The Buddhi becomes quiet. You touch that Shitalata, that coolness within, that Shanti, that Samadhi. So, Santam Mahantam Samupetya. You go to the Deshika Samupetya with Bhakti. Not like the teacher, can you give me self-realization? No. Samupetya with reverence. That we have already told that. Samupetya Deshikam Tena Upadishtartha Samahitatma. Listening to his Upadesha, contemplating, meditating on that Upadesha, you will attain that state of Samadhi. Samadhi means Shanti. Atma Jnana Upashanto Yam Atma. Atma is Shanti. The very Atma Swarupa is Shanti. The peace. For this, get ready. Now, next shloka is almost a quotation from Bhagavad Gita. First line especially. As Bhagavan says in Gita, Uddhared Atmanatmanam Natmanam avasadayet Atmaiva hi Atmano bandhuhu Atmaiva ripuratmana. In Gita, Bhagavan says, you take this resolve to lift yourself by your own willpower. Na atmanam avasadayed. Don't weaken you. Don't ignore your inner life. We are going on ignoring the inner life. All attention is outward. Make good house, buy car, study, get all degrees. But who is concerned about the heart? Who is concerned about the mind? About spiritual life? Nobody tells that. Shankaracharya said, you are born as a Brahmin and you get the opportunity to study Vedas and the Upanishads. It's a blessed life. All these things Shankaracharya told. But even Brahmins are not aware of this great blessing. One child, after Upanayana, goes and does namaskara to his party, grandmother. And you know what that granny says? She says, go to America and study well, make a lot of money and then suffer. That she will not say, but that is the ultimate thing that is going to happen. Why? Why nobody is blessing that you should study the Shastra, you should know this blessed life, you should lead this blessed life, attain Shanti. You should take care of your inner life, not simply outer life. Outer life is okay, it is needed. Yavad bhriyeta jataram. Jiveta yavata. 2 instructions are given in Bhagavatam. Bhagavata says, how much should I earn? Said, more socialism than any communism, any socialistic ideology. Bhagavata says, you need only that much to fill your stomach. Yavad bhriyeta jataram. Tavat swatvam. Only that much is mine. Adhigam yo abhimanyeta. One who thinks more is mine. Sastenaha. He is a thief. Dandamarhadi. He should be beaten by a pestle. Valake. Kunda dandena praharati. So, dandamarhati. Another place Bhagavata says, how much should I have in the worldly things? Yavat jiveta yavata. With that much, I can live somewhat comfortably, which is much more rational. Somewhat comfortably. More than that, you need not toil in the world. And another place Bhagavata says, very clear instruction. It says, even in study of Vedas, it says, do not toil more. The only thing that you have to do is take this idea of knowledge of the self. Till you get that, you study. Once you are firm about, you have got the clarity of that, now you have to do is to blow it within you. Make it your experience and don't waste your life in anything. Thus, you have to lift yourself. Don't ignore yourself. Uddharet atmana atmanam magnam samsara varidhau. One who, having attained the state of yoga rudha, through continuous and well-established discrimination, one should lift oneself from the ocean of samsara and limitation wherein one has come to be drowned. Uddhared atmana atmanam magnam. Magnam means fallen, drowning. Samsara varidau. Gita is what? Uddhared atmana atmanam. Na atmanam avasadayet. Don't weaken yourself. Don't ignore yourself. Don't make yourself weak. Swami Vivekananda says, every letter in Upanishad speaks to me only one thing. That is, don't weaken yourself. Be fearless. And one sign of Jnanam is Abhayam, fearlessness, Abhayam. When Janaka attained that, Yajnavalkya told him, Abhayam vai Janaka praptosi. Janaka, you have attained Abhayam, fearlessness. Bhagwan's case also is that. He had an appearance of fear of death. Then he explored and found out it is unreal. After that, no reason for fear. Abhayam. So, uddhared atmana atmanam. When you know that you are deathless, you know, such courage arises. You cannot even name it as courage because it is limited. Even courage is limited. Absolute fearlessness. See, when Bhagwan was staying in Pachayaman Kovil, அது என்ன plague time அது? And at that time it was all this pandemic was there. So at that time military people will be there with guns. And they will be afraid because these leopards will be there. So to go up to road, some of them used to tell Bhagavan Sami, road vera kondu. Bhagavan used to help them. So even with weapon, they were afraid. Somewhere in Bhashyam, Shankaracharya says, you see a Brahmana means a jnani there, absolutely fearless. And that shows you that he is a Brahma Jnani. So here, Uddhared Atmana Atmanam, you lift yourself, Magnam Samsara Varitau. When you have fallen into Samsara Variti, first we have to know that we are in Samsara Variti. Sometimes people start enjoying sewage. Even if you tell them you are in suffering, no. Ramakrishna tells a story that once the king of gods, Indra, due to some curse was born as a pig. And he was not going back. Some 2 or 3 births are over, he is not returning. So Narada came to him and told Indra, see, Devas are all waiting for you. No. Where will I get all this chakade? This sewage, this drainage? Very tasty. Narada first tried to convince him, see, this is all dirty, very unhygienic. No. See, my children, see, very, very healthy, drinking that. It is like Chavanaprasam. No problem. Then he said, see, Indrani and all are waiting there, your wife. Hey, she is not at all beautiful. See my wife. See, complete delusion. Completely got into it. And somehow he was taken back. The story goes, Shiva came and killed him and then took him back. So, anyway, like that, when you are fallen in samsara looks very beautiful. The prison wall, the prison bars, they are all, you are nostalgic about them. You miss them. You don't want to go out of that jail. It is very comfortable inside. One person was left out of a prison. He was always walking like this, looking everybody through his fingers. What are you doing? He said, this is how I was so many years looking through the bars. Now also I want to look only through this. Like that, this got used to this limited vision. Antamilla kan, that we do not know. This limited vision only we know. Through the senses, through the mind, through the intellect. And that is why Bhagavan says, you have to contemplate on the state of deep sleep. But when people contemplate on the state of deep sleep, they say, there is blankness. Even many scholarly people say, deep sleep is blankness. If it was blankness, who will desire to go back? Every day when you wake up, you want to go back. Why? There is a strange fulfillment, happiness there. But that is not useful for you in the waking state unless you contemplate. So you contemplate on that state, then you recognize that you exist devoid of body, devoid of mind, devoid of even you. This me, devoid of this individual sense, devoid of this I thought. You exist as happiness, as existence. More and more you contemplate on that state will seep into this waking state. You will experience it here, Jagrat Sushupti. It's already there behind actually. The mind, the intellect, the ego, the senses, their noise is disturbing you so much that you are not able to recognize that behind. Recognizing that within you, In Bhashyam, Shankaracharya in one place says, discussing about Sushupti, he says, Atma iva Suptisthanam. See, this is the beauty. Many places, Bhagavan and Shankaracharya have kept it like this. Same word, same sentence. One devotee asked Bhagavan, do you say deep sleep is self-realization? Bhagavan said, it is self. It is self. Realization you have to attain by doing vichara. The same way Shankaracharya says in Bhashyam, Atma iva Suptisthanam. The deep sleep is Atma. It is Swarupa. But to recognize it in waking state, you have to inquire. You have to do vichara. Then it becomes samadhi. Manasai vedam aptavyam. You have to employ your mind in that. The mind has to merge there. Recognize it. Then in the waking state, you get the labha of Jivan Mukti. Not otherwise. Otherwise, everyone is free. Everyone is Atma only. Everyone is, in a way, for a jnani, everyone is liberated. Nobody is bound. Bhagavan says you are only pretending. The problem is leaving that pretension. After acting in a cinema for many years, many cinema actors start acting in daily life also. Like that, the problem has come to us also. So many births we have been acting as Jiva, and that has become our Swabhava. So, Yogarudhatvam asadhya. Yogarudha is a state. In Gita, Bhagavan says, Aru rukshoho munehe yogam karma karanam uchyate. Yogarudhasya tasyeva shamaha karanam uchyate. Two states. The first state, Bhagavan says, if you are an arurukshu, a mumukshu, one who wants to climb up to that state, the person has to hold to karma. That is why in Upadeshasaram also, Bhagavan first speaks about karma. Because he knows only that, nothing else. So, when the mind has become sufficiently pure, inquiry begins. So, till then, the person has to cleanse himself of this desire for fruit of action. So, karma karanam uchyate. Yogarudhasya tasyeva. When he becomes yogarudha, what should he do? Shamaha. Shamaha means what? Simply still. Shumma Nishal. Be still. So, reaching that state, yogarudhatvam asadhya. By holding to that state of yogarudhatva. But how will we reach yogarudhatva? Samyak darshana nishtaya. Samyak darshana means true knowledge. And nishtha means you get true knowledge, but there is no nishtha. Many people have good clarity, but not abidance, stability there, not established there. So by getting established in that true knowledge, samyak darshana nishtaya, by recognizing that your real nature is a nitya shuddha buddha mukta swabhava, by recognizing your swaswarupa through samyak darshana. This word Buddha also uses many times. Samyak jnanam, samyak darshana, samyak udyoga, samyak achara, like that. So, in Vedanta also, Shankaracharya uses the same word. He says samyak darshana. Darshana means seeing. The thing is there, but you fail to see it. So too the self is always shining. It is ever effulgent, ever available. You have samyak darshana, clarity, clear vision. And nishtha means establishment in that. You get established there. Samyak darshana nishtha. Nishchayena sthitihi. You get nishchaya And it is not separate that after Nishchaya Sthiti happens. No. Jnanameva labha. As Shankaracharya says, that jnana itself is labha. It is like you are wearing this Rudrakshamala and searching for it here and there. Someone comes to you and tells, you are already wearing it in your neck. Oh, it is there. Nishtha is Swatasiddha. Sahaja. Just you recognize that it is already there. No more effort to attain abidance. Abidance is natural. It is your Swaswarupa. So, Samyak Darshana Nishtaya. This shloka is like a commentary for Gita shloka. Uddhared Atmanatmanam Natmanam Avasadayet. And next shloka is Atmaiva hi Atmano Bandhuhu. Your own self is your friend. Your self means your own mind. Atma iva ripuratmanaha. Your own mind is your enemy also. When the mind is controlled, purified, when there is samyak jnanam, right knowledge, your mind acts like a good friend. You don't need any friend. As Buddha very often says, Kalyana Mitra. That is the word that he uses. Very beautiful word. Kalyana Mitra. Kalyana Mitra means very auspicious, good friend. About a guru, about Tathagata, he says Kalyana Mitra. And you know it is not Buddha's words. In Ramayana, in Sundarakandam, Sita speaks about Rama to Hanuman, where she says, he was my Kalyana Mitra. He was my auspicious friend who took me in this path, in this auspicious path, in this spiritual path, who led me in this path. So he was my Kalyana Mitra. Hence marriage is called Kalyanam, where the Vadhu is meeting her Guru actually. That is how the Vedic system was arranged. The boy, Vatu, has learned the Vedas, the Shastras, everything. This girl takes hold of his hand, Panigrahan. And this happens in Sannyasa also. The Guru will hold the hand, because that is allowed only for Guru and Shishya. We are giving shake hand to everybody. That is allowed only for that kind of contact. There, the teacher holds and guides. So, Kalyana Mitra. So, Uddhared Atmana Atmanam. You have to lift yourself by going to a true master and learning the Shastras and living this noble life, purifying your mind, leading a dharmic life. The mind is purified, then the mind becomes your Kalyana Mitra. You don't need any outer help. Or if the mind is not ready, you need an outer help. Don't do anything by yourself. Ask and do. For every bit, ask. Somebody is there to guide you, ask. Then your life will be free. So that is Uddharana, Atmodhara. Atmaiva hyatmano bandhuhu. The mind is your bandhu, relative, friend. Provided the mind is purified. Provided the mind is equipped with knowledge. That is why generally we say Shastra is your bandhu. Scriptures are your relatives. Because you cannot believe your mind, what to do? We are carrying a hobgoblin. Bhutam. So, better don't listen to the mind. Bhagavata says, two things you need. Listen to Guru, don't listen to your mind. Ado manasaha asangam, sangam cha sadhushu. You have contact with saints, no contact with your mind. It will be blabbering something. Some old people will be there, senile, talking like that. It is also senile. So many births, very old. Now they have in a peculiar taxi, blah blah taxi. When Swamiji came here, I asked him, first time I was hearing, how did you come? Oh, it was very nice. I came by blah blah taxi. And you can talk. Like that is this mind. It is a kind of blah blah thing. Constant blabbering, chattering. Chanchalam himana Krishna. So first step is you need someone to lift you. And that lifting happens through Shastra and Satsanga. Shastra means what? The vision of the sages. Authentic teaching. Not any book that you get in railway station, airport. Bestseller, no. If you are in the Vedanta path, you need the Upanishads. You need these Prakarana Granthas of Shankaracharya or Bhagwan. That is needed. And that should be taught in the right way, right tradition. Then that knowledge becomes your friend. When your mind has sufficiently absorbed that knowledge, such an illumined mind is also a good friend. Then you don't need books. Then you don't need outer guide. Your mind becomes your guide. Otherwise, your own mind becomes your enemy. Constantly whispering you wrong knowledge. Constantly whispering from within something to take you in a wrong path. Misguiding you. Taking you away from the authentic path. Guiding you towards directly to, sometimes Google does that. Turn left. No road there. Some house is there. What to do? Once we are coming to Tiruvannamalai, there was traffic jam, so I don't remember who was driving that. Took the car in this path, that path. At last is a turn right and there was a big pond. Nowhere to go. We had to come in reverse gear for a long distance to find the road. Very confident. It thought perhaps the car is a ship or a boat. Like that, sometimes the mind, if it is not clear, it is not soaked in true knowledge, it misguides you. Atmaiva ripuratmana bandhuratma atmanastasya yena atmaiva atmana chitaha. When the mind is purified, controlled, surrendered, then the mind becomes a true bandhu. Then you can call it is the inner voice speaking. Only then. Not simply whatever your mind says, my inner voice says. No. Only when the heart speaks, means when the mind is purified, what your mind feels and what the Shastras are saying, they become one, not two. You don't need an outer book, because what the book says, what the authentic teaching says, also comes from within. Then you don't need any outer guide. Till then, Shastram Pramanam Te. The Shastra is the guidance. Shastra is the guide. Guru is the guide. So, then by taking refuge there, lift yourself, refine yourself, purify yourself, and attain the state of Yogarudha. Yogarudha means neither the mind is running after the sensual pleasures, nor is it interested in involving in activities. Some people, they are not interested in involving activities, but mobile or some indulging in worldly things. So that is not Naishkarmya Sthiti. It is Tamoguna. So Gita very clearly defines na indriyarteshu anushajjate na karmasu. Another edahi nendriyarteshu na karmasu anushajjate sarva sankalpa sannyasi yogarudhastadochyate. When the mind is not running after sensual pleasures, nor it is trying to escape from itself by doing some work or getting something, it is ready to act in the world. No. Then it is ready to be still. Then Bhagavan says, such a mind can receive the teaching, be still. Otherwise, nowadays many doctors, they prescribe to rescue a person from mobile. They say never sit alone in a room. At least go and talk with people or work in the world or go to some entertainment or go for a walk. Never be you and mobile alone. Recently I heard that because they get caught. That is why in ashramas also when brahmacharis are taken, they say work always. Because you cannot tell them meditate now. Even with Annamalai Swami, Bhagavan did that. For 16 years he did not allow Annamalai Swami to meditate. When the time came, Bhagavan said, now no work for you. Till then, Annamalai Swami used to say, he used to complain to Bhagavan, Bhagavan, whenever I come to you, you speak about construction, stone, cement, surki, all those things you speak. You never tell me about Atma, knowledge of the self, jnanam, nothing. Enna pandradhu nee nadandu varathe kattidam nadandu vara madri irukku. Bhagavan said, what to do? When I see you, I am seeing you a building walking. So that samskara has to go. Till then, Bhagavan gave him instruction to do this, do that. And after that, slowly, no work. He never even used to come to the roadside. He will go only towards the mountain side for walk. And no other work, just rest in the self. Be quiet. Vishranti. Nishalata. Shamaha karanam uchyate. Neither the mind is running after the worldly objects, nor is it interested in work. Then such a person is ready to hear Shummair. Karumadi Shiridindri Shumma Amarandirika Amma Ahattilatma Jyotiye. Then there is light within. Irat Bhitiye. See, Bhagavan says, the sign of Jnanam. Irat Bhiti, no bhayam, no fear. Inba Ambodhiye, ocean of bliss. Aye Atisulabham Atmavitte. So, Uddhared Atmanatmanam Magnam Samsara Varitau Yogarudhatvam Asadhya Samyak Darshana. The Yogarudhatva in yoga and Vedanta is different. Because in yoga, you directly try to control the mind. You strongly bring the mind back and make it abide. But in Jnanam, it removes all the reason for the mind to go out. That is what Bhagavan Aksharamanamalai says. Aimbula kalvara hattinir puhumboda hattini illayo arunachala. Through all the senses, the objects are coming inside. It is like thieves entering the house. Are you not there? You are the house owner here. Are you not there? Then next song, Bhagavan says, who is coming? Where is the house? Who is the house owner? Uruvanam unnai olithu evar varuvar. You alone exist, nothing else exists. You are the objects, you are the senses, you are the mind, you are me, nothing exists. Atma எப்போதும் உள்ளது, அவ் ஏகான்ம வஸ்துவே உள்ளது. Only one, that self is there, nothing else exists. In another song also Bhagavan says the mind is running here, there, everywhere because it wants to see beauty. என்ன பாட்டு? ஊர் சுற்று உளம் விடாது உனை கண்டு அடங்கிட. The ulam, the mind is ஊர் சுற்று, it is touring in the world, wandering everywhere because it wants to see beauty, it wants to get happiness, it wants to find a stable place to stay. Unai kandu adangida, when it sees, when it understands that you are beauty, you are deathlessness, you are everything, then it will sit on you. So this is the essence. This is the essence. This is our Swarupa. Enna sonna Anna? Anna enna sonna? You are the essence. So that is our Swarupa. So that is then Unai kandu adangida un alagai kaattan Arunachala means reveal the alag, reveal the Swarupa from within. So that is the prarthana here. Samyak darshana means recognizing the Atma, the Swarupa inside, then there is Samyak darshana. Absolute clear recognition of the self. So this is Samyak darshana. Nishtha means establishment there, getting established there. So that is the essence of this verse, 9th verse. Uddhared atmanatmanam natmanam avasadayed atmaiva hi atmano bandhuhu atmaiva ripuratmanaha. Yoga in its right sense is only that state of mind in which the mind, having recognized its weakness, attunes itself to a greater and more perfect ideal with the intellect as shown it. So this is Samyak Darshana Nishtha, Samyak Jnana Nishtha. And now from further this Samyak Jnana is elaborated. That is Vivekachudamani, the Viveka that we are going to see. The Samyak Jnana. The Samyak Jnana, when it becomes stable, it is Samyak Darshana Nishtha. Now we will continue tomorrow. Ganeshana, I never expected that Anna will come here. Anna has come here. It is a rare opportunity for all of us to be with Ganeshana here. Many stories of Bhagavan, incidents of Bhagavan, all we have listened from him, and many days, sometimes many nights also, we have spent listening to the incidents which either he has directly seen or heard. All those incidents, of course many are getting that in Ramanacharanatirtha and the new book also.
Arunachala Shiva Arunachala Arunachala Shiva Arunachala Shiva Arunachala Shiva Arunachala Arunachala Shiva Arunachala Shiva Arunachala Shiva Arunachala Arunachala Shiva Arunachala